CTBC, what I think need to emphasize for a long time, because CTBC in Taiwan, everybody knows our slogan. That's we are family. Mm-hmm. And we are family is not just a slogan, it's our business, it's our belief, and also a culture.
Can you describe a little bit more why this interests you?
I think, first of all, from the corporate angle, LHB today is 20 years old, and it has grown to an asset size of type 350 billion, which is still small. I think the big five easily is 10 times our size. We bring up the turnover day that SME credit sanctioning from 40 days to current about 18 days. We want to approach 10 days. I think for SME, it's a lot of customer. We have to be quick and efficient. SME alone, I think there are also some positive factor to help them if they can take advantage of the opportunity well. First of all is the AI adoption.
Mission to the moon. Continue with your mission.
สวัสดีครับยินดีต้อนรับเข้าสู่ Mission to the Moon Podcast ซีรีส์พิเศษ SME Fast Lane Talk ครับโดยในซีรีส์นี้นะครับเราจะพาทุกคนไปสัมผัสเจาะลึกและถอดบทเรียนในเรื่องราวในชีวิตจริงของ SME ไทยนะครับว่ากว่าพวกเขาจะสามารถประสบความสำเร็จได้นั้นพวกเขาต้องเจอกับอุปสรรคและปัญหาอะไรบ้างที่คนทั่วไปนั้นอาจจะไม่ได้รับรู้นะครับแล้วพวกเขาสามารถก้าวผ่านอุปสรรคเหล่านั้นมาได้อย่างไรนะครับโดยตลอดทั้งซีรีส์นี้เราจะได้พูดคุยกับ SME ตัวจริงในหลากหลายอุตสาหกรรมนะครับที่เคยล้มลุกคลุกคลานมาก่อนนะครับเพื่อถอดบทเรียนธุรกิจจากประสบการณ์จริงประกอบกับการเสริมเทคนิคคำแนะนำและแนวทางในการแก้ปัญหาจากผู้เชี่ยวชาญตัวจริงจาก LHB SME Advisor นะครับโดยใน EP แรกนี้เนี่ยเราจะไปสำรวจเทรนด์และสถานการณ์ปัจจุบันของ SME ไทยว่ามีส่วนสำคัญในการขับเคลื่อนเศรษฐกิจอย่างไรและพวกเขากำลังเผชิญหน้ากับอุปสรรคแบบไหนอยู่บ้างที่กำลังขวางทางพวกเขาไม่ให้ไปถึงเป้าหมายของตัวเองโดยในวันนี้นะครับเราได้รับเกียรติอย่างยิ่งนะครับจากคุณแฟรงค์ฉีนะครับท่านเป็น CEO และ President ของธนาคาร Land and House หรือว่า LH Bank นะครับที่จะมาฉายภาพของ SME ไทยพวกเราได้รับรู้กันรวมถึงมาแสดงวิสัยทัศน์ว่า LHB SME นั้นมีบทบาทอย่างไรในการช่วย SME ไทยให้สามารถไปถึงฝั่งฝันของตัวเองได้ยินดีต้อนรับคุณแฟรงค์ครับสวัสดีครับคุณแฟรงค์สวัสดีครับสวัสดีครับ Welcome to Mission to the Moon. It's our pleasure to have you here.
My pleasure. The same here.
Thank you. Thank you. Before we jump into the topic of LHB SME, I would like our audience to know you a little bit better. Can you tell our audience about yourself? How is your journey through the banking industries and here at LH Bank?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to introduce myself. I was sent by CTBC, now the parent bank of LH Bank, 4 years ago. And the reason I was sent here was not incidental. It was much related to my experiences. I've been working for CTBC 25 years up to this year. And throughout this period of time, I was involved quite actively in our international banking. Year 2003 to 4, I was the CTBC Hong Kong manager. In that capacity, I actually handle a lot of SME in southern part of China. That time were SME, but 2 days later, I become quite somebody in the industry. And subsequently, during 2010 to 12, I helped CTBC supervise our business in North America, where we run a subsidiary in US and subsidiary in Canada and also a direct New York branch. And after that, I was assigned to supervise Southeast Asia. In South Asia, we have quite extensive exposure and presence. We are in almost every country except Laos, Cambodia, and Brunei. And we even extend the coverage to Australia and India. And in my tenure, that period of time, I helped set up KL branch, Yangon branch, and Sydney branch. And I also actually helped complete the deal, talk to Land and House Group to acquire a major stake 2017 and become the second largest shareholder of LH Bank. That paved the way to 2021 that we agree that CTBC to lead the bank. So we become now the largest bank, and LHB Bank become officially the subsidiary of CTBC Bank Taiwan. And so naturally, because of this exposure, I was among the very few that was considered to be sent that time. And actually, not just the business exposure. At CTBC, thanks to CTBC, I also experienced various functions, double heading for supervising corporate IT, corporate operation, and transactional banking for more than 10 years. And was also CTBC Bank's strategy officer for 5 years. So I think this kind of exposure gave them a good consideration to send me here because it's an important market for CTBC. Yeah.
So, Mr. Frank, can you elaborate for us more about the journey at CTBC, please?
Yes. Maybe let me give a brief introduction of CTBC Bank.
Yes.
CTBC Bank next year will be its 60th anniversary. And it is Taiwan's largest bank with an asset size of about 7 trillion. I think that's larger than the largest bank in Thailand. But it became a commercial bank only in 1992 after Taiwan deregulation. In order to compete, we have formed a long-time strategy for corporate banking. We try to build an international network in order to serve and provide the value add to Taiwan corporates, different from the incumbent player, which are many state-owned banks at that time. That's why we build up the network from North America all the way to South Asia, extend to India and Australia. Okay. And CTBC also quite strong in the international finance and trade finance. That's where we build an international network. And naturally, we service the customer who go international in every country we present a lot. And because of that, we build quite strong capability, service cross-border finance, cross-border trade finance. Okay, so CTBC, other than being a household brand in Taiwan, we also quite known in the corporate sector, servicing the international finance. CTBC, what I think need to emphasize for a long time, because CTBC in Taiwan, everybody knows our slogan. We sing with it. That's we are family. And we are family is not just a slogan, it's our business, is our belief, and also a culture. We are family, meaning, first of all, we are very warm and we treat employee well. Even today, we still service lunch, free lunch, because we think employee are family. Employees, family are family. Likewise, we also treat customer family. We think to have the sympathy to our customer. And we also believe they grow, we grow. So we always carry the CTBC, we are family, slogan and spirit across wherever we operate.
How do you enjoy Thailand so far?
I think Thai, because I started to get more exposure to Thai 10 years ago from 2015. And the impression I had is Thai is quite similar to Taiwan in a way. I think Thai, many Chinese descendants from Teochew close to Mingnan. I'm Hokkien. So I feel a lot of similarity in terms of the culture, in terms of dietary habits, in terms of the food, even some language. So I feel very, very familiar. And the reason CTBC sent me, I already explained. But the reason I also have the personal motivation to come is a country I feel similar, but it will help me drive another learning curve because it's a different market, and I'm going to meet a lot of different business people and exposed to some industry I never encountered in Taiwan. So that gives me also a personal motivation to come to here.
What do you do on free time after work?
Well, in Thailand, naturally, this is a golf heaven. So on weekends, I think I spend one day with my friend playing golf, which I enjoy a lot. And after golf, some drinks, of course. Okay. But other than that, because that getting old and that is not help consume energy too much. So I also jogging. And I jogging only in these few years when I joined LH Bank because every year we have an activity encourage customer to encourage our colleague to exercise and manage jogging. And the way we encourage and motivate is the more we run, we donate more from the bank to a child care center. And the colleague feel some sense of achievement that we're doing good thing by running. And I'm the CEO. I have to be some kind of role model. So I also forced me to jog a lot over the past few years. Now I think I can easily run 5 kilometers at my age of 60, and I still like it.
It's impressive. So you go run at the park?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Trail meal and the park.
I see. And do you think the balancing of the leisure activities like jogging or golfing or going out with friends and the work
it helps a lot. I think working in today's environment, in every position, every business, easily you are under high pressure.
Yes.
And when that build up, you get nervous all the time. And to exercise really help you to vent and to relax. And so you can restore your energy after exercise. And when exercise sometimes is painful initially, but at the end you feel happy and you feel why nothing is that serious. It can all be overcome.
True.
Yeah.
True.
So that's what I feel like about the exercise, to vent, to restore the energy.
I have learned that you have a special interest in Thai SME sectors.
Yeah.
Can you describe a little bit more why this interests you?
All right. I think, first of all, from the corporate angle, LHB today is 20 years old, and it has grown to an asset size of Thai baht 350 billion, which is still small. I think the big five easily is 10 times our size. Okay, so to compete with big five, with a big corporate, we have no compete. We have not enough big balance sheet to support the big corporate needs, and our cost fund tend to be higher. But to be 20 years grew to this size, meaning from the beginning we deal a lot of big corporate. I think that is good for the initial stage, but longer term is a mismatch. We cannot be value add to these big corporates, and we cannot compete well with the big banks. So SME should be a natural match and sweet spot to a bank of our size. And personally, I like to do SME is I also done SME customer, acquire a lot of them during my tenure in Hong Kong or in Taiwan. And I like SME is, first of all, SME are in all walks of profession. They are in 360 degree of works. And many of them are entrepreneur. I like to talk to them. They all have quite unique view on their business that they do. Okay, to talk to the big corporate normally is all professional manager, so it's more similar background. But talk to the SME, they are entrepreneur. So I like to talk to them and get inspiration from them. Okay, and second, I think we can be of more value added to SME because our capability versus theirs, and because the financial service we can afford to support them. So we can offer real value added to them, which also give me higher sense of achievement.
How do you describe the state of Thai SME in this year or maybe 2026, next year?
Yeah, I think Thai SME still what we made, still very traditional. They are family business, and many of them are owner and operator in the same person, okay, run in a very traditional way, and they mindful about survival, lack of longer-term strategic thinking and financial planning, and because of that, they not easy to get strong support for their business by the banking sector. So despite that, SME is a very sizable component of the economy. I think in terms of, by the statistic, SME contributes 35% of Thai GDP, which is about 6 trillion. And they employ 70% of the workforce. That easily is 14 to 15 million people, which behind is 15 to 14 million households. Okay, they are very important economic power, but they are generally underserviced by the banking sector as of now because they are perceived higher risk, and they generally don't have a up to the standard accounting report to show. And bank traditionally is financial-ness driven lending. And generally they are SME, many are in the starting up stage or the growing stage. They generally don't accumulate enough capital or the collateral to get a bank loan. So they are sizable, but they are very well underserviced. According to research, maybe only 30% of their funding needs can be supported by the banks versus big corporate, easily 60 to 70%. So that's a stage for now. And for us, that we want to do SME, that potentially if we do it well, it might mean a good match and also potentially be a blue ocean market for a bank like us.
Right.
Yeah.
That is very interesting. For the at the kickstart point of this LHB SME project, what is the foundation that you laid to make sure the project get kicked off the ground and helps a lot of SME as you plan?
Yeah. Actually, we started to do the SME not just from these 2 years. We try to do SME in order to diversify our customer base and be more value added to our customer. I think since 10 years ago, but without a success. I think the main problem is we grew up in a corporate lending world, and we treat SME as just another set of small business. So approach them, assess them with the same approach, credit approach like we do the big corporates. And if you adopt the same criteria, they hardly can pass. So it ended up, we grow the SME for very slow, very small customer with very limited to them, and take a long time to establish. It's not helping them, it's not helping us. And this main reason is still the difficulty I mentioned, SME getting support from the bank side. They're not presentable financial, not sufficient collateral, and perceived high risk. Generally, the NPL ratio is 2 to 3 times the corporate NPL. So people are quite cautious, scared to lend to SME. So we try to have this initiative for 10 years without a good success. Okay, and without good success, that means we did not score much. So last year, after a brainstorming with the team to understand the fear or the difficulty or the challenging that we had in the past, and also we hired a consultant to help moderate in order to dig out what's really hindering us from growing. And then we come up with an idea we should reorient it. That's why we set up the LHB SME from last year. We kickstart with 2 main purpose to make that a separate brand. First is internally, want that to be a different operating model, meaning it has to be different team, different mindset, and different operating model with different team, different credit approach, and then different service model. So we bring up a team of 20, branded new, and the approach is truly unconventional. We bring up the turnover day that SME credit sanctioning from 40 days to current about 18 days. We want to approach 10 days. I think for SME, it's a lot of customer. We have to be quick and efficient. Okay, and we also support them by more value-added advisory service and customer service, helping onboarding, tracking their transactions. It's a different operating model. And internally, we also do the mindset change because fear of risk is the reason that we don't take a big step forward. I talked to the team. SME is inherently higher risk, But that is the model embedded, and there is the risk pricing. We price it right, and even price it right, we have to be reasonable, a price they can afford, but they take the price to pay for the growth. Okay, so I told the team don't concern about the NPL embedded in model because it's given, and if it is the NPL occur, it's my responsibility and the program's responsibility, not individual bankers' responsibility. I will not penalize them for NPL because it's embedded in the model. But I told them what I cannot allow is flow. Flow is still the responsibility of the frontline banker. You have to know your customer well. And if they pass the program, and if there's a result of NPL, by statistics, you run a portfolio, you got to have an NPL. That is not their responsibility. It's the program and my responsibility. I want to take them out of the fear so they can live with faith. Okay, so I also do the mindset change. This internal operating model change, mindset change. Externally, we also want to, again, deliver to the market. We now restart with LHB SME. Is a dedicated team, different model approach, and dedicated team with clear value proposition. We like SME. We want to support SME who work hard and transparent, and we are okay with the risk. Even they work hard and we support, they fail, we accept because that's the nature of life. Okay, we want to deliver this value proposition to them. We want to support SME who work hard and transparent, and in the sector we choose, and we want to support them to growth. So we reoriented also the brand name and the value proposition behind, and with a different operating model, dedicated team with support service, with dedicated support.
So if I understand this correctly, you mean that this business model that you approach the SME sector with the new team, kinds of like looking beyond just numbers and figures that traditionally been looked at before, and look through other aspects of the business as well.
Right. Has to be so. So I think for SME, as I explained earlier, to adopt the approach, treat them like a small business did not work, and did not work at LH Bank, did not work at other bank as well. So we think HME to service SME has to be a solution based on the SME pattern that has to realize the different SME has different pattern while sector they are in, recognizing they are higher risk, okay, but also recognizing they have different business needs in different sector. So with this in context, the way we to approach, and also we want to be partner. So we decide we have to first have a sector focus. We choose sector to build a program and study the sector, what the persona of the SME that should be good, and use that to set up criteria. And financial is only a small part of it, because we all know SME does not adopt very like a general accepted accounting principle. But even with that, the financial still means something. But more than financial, it's more about the business they do and why they exist, okay, and the key success factors, and then what they need. Different in that. So we create right now 7 sectors. Like we have transportation, we have the auto parts, we have packaging, we have even manpower servicing. And they are very different. Their working capital needs is different. And working capital need of land is also different. So we study them, and then we run focus group to try to dig into more in depth about knowing how they compete, how they survive, and what their needs, what their pain points, in order to design the program with a good insight on their underwriting criteria other than financial, okay, and also provide them the needed sufficient banking supports, okay. And also, I think most of SME fail because gradually lose the financial discipline. So we also from the start we try to give clean working capital loan, but we told them we are a bank, we are a partner to you. We want you to be transparent, and so we help supervise. And if things not go quite right, we quite right away talk to them in order to provide in-time support to make them survive, and that's also good for us. So financial is a small part, okay, but we use a lot of different data for different industry. For example, like transportation. From the beginning, we try learn, and then we use the trunk GPS to track their activity, and so there are cycles. And for factories, we ask for utility bill to judge whether they are normal. Okay.
Go way beyond the numbers.
Yeah,
go into
they
the
use
business
a lot
model.
of alternate data.
Right. I would say that you probably also go into the people as well, right? The owner.
Oh yeah, that's certainly that's very.
Definitely.
I think that's almost the most important character. We be a lender. I believe generally the family business I like is because the owner is their actually is their lifeline. Their entire household feed on the business. So the owner character, capability, and commitment has to be there. So generally we interview the owner, okay, and character of course first, and second of course they have to be years of operating in their business. That in a way demonstrate the capability. They survive, for example, 5 years. And commitment we normally without collateral, but we need personal guarantee. Because I told them this for you. We want you to do it right because that's so important to your family. It's life or death to your family. You have to, by all means, make it well. And I believe, see, SME before financial crisis, before 2000, according to statistics, SME in Thailand is 1.8 million. And 2010, post supply is 2.8. Today is 3.2. So SME quite resilient despite all the major crises. They continue to bring forth. Okay, that means although some cross, some die, but there are more to come. They are very resilient. I think the main reason might be because they cannot borrow much, so they are less leveraged, and they know this is their lifeline. They committed and use whatever they can to survive. So even they encounter trouble, I think not too difficult to work out with the banking support.
You've mentioned business intelligence in our conversation. Can you elaborate more on that, please?
Yeah. I think business intelligence, the keyword is the intelligence. Every business compete, but you have to compete with some intelligence. Intelligence meaning you have to know the market. You have to know about your competition, and you have to know how you stand against your competition in order you can navigate and in order you can win. So, but this is easily say, but hardly you can do it well because information are a lot which are relevant, and how can you summarize that into action? So I think that's what I mean, business intelligence. And banks are quite good at this because we are very broad-based business. We have customer in all sector, and we have customer in all sector from upstream and downstream. So essentially, we know the nitty-gritty that forms the economy, and that gives us good source of intelligence to share with our customers.
The LHB SME program has a very interesting core principle. You have fast lane growth enabler, partnership mindset, and beyond expectation with care. Can you explain me how this wording describe the way you work with the client?
Yeah, we For SME, as I say, we talk to them. We feel many entrepreneurs with good thoughts on the business. But of course, they generally weak on the financial planning and strategic thinking. If by bank support, other than the in-time financial support for their growth, we also, because the bank, although we don't do their business, but we see a lot. We are very broad-based, and we can learn from customer a lot. We can advise them about the competition in the market, advise them what capability they need to enhance. So with their business know-how, they know their customer, their market, but we help them more about financial planning, strategic planning, so give them can navigate better. And if they want to grow, the financial support plus the bank intelligence, the know-how we accumulate from banking can really help them to succeed and grow faster. That's why we can be the first line enabler. Yeah. And being a partner is easy. We as we say, we are a small bank. The success of us is we be recognized by SME and driving a lot of growth by SME, not by big corporate. Big corporate, we cannot control our destiny. So their success is our success. So we are a big stakeholder for SME banking and their business. That's what we meant.
You have mentioned SME advisors. That sounds different from the usual relationship managers that we are more familiar with. What is the role that is different?
Yep.
Yes.
I think we all want to be customer's advisor, but it's easily said and done. What is the context, right?
Right.
The way we do is, as I say, we be every banker try to be a specialist in the sector that we approach. So we write the industry report and then give in the nitty-gritty about the industry, how the industry compete, and educate our frontline bankers. Okay, so they have to be good and have a very knowledgeable on particular industry that we select. And we also support them with the product team. That specific industry need trade, need foreign exchange, or need advisory, even about ESG, or how we support. We further line up consultancy.
Now, 2026 seems to be another very difficult year for Thai economy. Do you have any advice on SME in particular?
Yeah, I think 2026 to SME and also the entire corporate sector bank similarly, because it's all coming from a system. Externally is U.S. trigger the tariff, and tariff implies a lot of uncertainties. And internally, of course, Thai continue to have the politics change, right? So that all create the uncertainty. Uncertainty make people conservative in investment consumption. But SME alone, I think there are also some positive factor to help them if they can take advantage of opportunity well. I think first of all is the AI adoption. I think AI is arising, but it ramp up very fast. Okay, every couple of days there are new AI application coming out, and AI is not unique to big corporation. Big corporations sometimes use AI, is even more costly. They have to consider about the confidentiality, security a lot, and build their own zone to use AI, and many hierarchical approval process. But SME, if you can use AI well, pay $20 per month, you can use Perplexity, ChatGPT. They already can give you a lot of information analysis. Sometimes it's about the quality of big international consulting firm. And then you have AI agent to help you adopt the AI agent to manage the internal process, to check on your inventory, link up with your payment, to streamline your operation. So I think right now AI is a tool I think SME, if they are keen to adopt, has the knowledge to adopt, that can help them leap jump to alleviate their competitiveness. Okay, so they also this positive change, and also I think the ESG, the trend, ESG easily be perceived like a PR, but actually ESG has a real economic content inside, especially the environment. I think the essence of ESG environment I rate is about use less, waste less to produce higher value-added product as needed in your target market. You think about waste less, but produce with the right focus on the value add. If you think through ESG, although it's tough, complex, but it actually those who understand the essence and use that to redesign the business, embedded the competitor in your operating process, yes, it can be also a strength for SME to succeed. And that can also be a risk. Like Euro now adopt increasingly stringent ESG content, follow up all the production resume along the supply chain. So if you are not aware of this, you easily will be phased out of the market. So I think for SME, understand this can also be a good opportunity. But if you don't want to understand, it becomes a risk to SME. Yeah.
Totally agree.
And also another good aspect is I think next year Thai the virtual bank will coming out. I think they will like to service the retail and SME as well. So that will increase competition and more offering, compete to better the service of SME. That will also be a positive aspect for Thai SMEs.
That is very insightful. Thank you very much. And this brings me to my last question to you. You've, as a banker, you have seen big business, small business, many of them, and I would say like 100,000 of them. May I ask, what is the common principle the companies, whether the size is big or small, that last for decades, sustain and grow? And what are the common things that also the companies that, fail eventually?
To me, it's the same factor that cause failure or success. I think, first of all, business for longer term, our observation is business be prudent, be risk conscious, will survive. Generally, failure is business all attempted by the growth opportunity without calculating whether they can afford when it not turn out to be true, can afford the downside. So business want to grow, you have to take risk, everybody, risk return. But business, many fail because they don't calculate their risk appetite, how much failure they can afford. So easily over-leveraged, over-investment. And one shot could kill them already. So I think it's prudency and risk cautious. Take risk that business can afford. And can afford meaning in the worst case, you will survive. And if in the worst case, business can survive, it's a good risk to take. Only in risk venture, you can create something. Okay. So I think for business, our advice is to be very prudent. Calculate how much you can afford. Always aware of the downside. The worst case you can survive. Then you should move forward, make decision. Okay, and avoid over leverage, and do plan ahead strategically, financially. You have to have the visibility for 2 to 3 years.
One tiny question more.
Yeah.
Since you are here with us, I really want to know about your leadership style. What do you think contains in a person to be a good leader, to lead a team as big as yours?
Yeah, I think leader to that position generally is being recognized capable of deliver in their past. But there's a saying, every leader grow to the state they can no longer grow. So That means everyone will grow to a stage they probably not capable of handling. But to be a big leader, a great leader, I think generally you have to know why to some stage then you can no longer lead because you are too self-confident, self-reliant. So be a bigger, to be a leader of bigger organization, and for a long time you have to understand the limitation of oneself. So I think be a good leader, you have to willing to listen. But listen is to be informed. You have to to make the decision at the right time. When time is up, you have to make the decision and shoulder the responsibility of the consequence. Okay, not branding who provide you the information recommendation. So people will more willing to work with their own heart and motivation, trying to give what the best to you, and you listen and be well informed and make trade-off decision because there is no decision that only about win. It's always there have gain and loss. So you have to be open mind, willing to listen, but shoulder the accountability of making decision and the consequence. Okay, and that is risky to many person. But if you keep trying this way, you might fail 40% of time, but you will win 60% of time. Then you still win. But the 40% of time lose will help you better the odds subsequently. But if you're just afraid of moving, it's always 50-50. You will not better the odds.
That is a great advice.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming to the show today. I think we have a very resourceful information today, and I see a lot more. We learn a lot more about LHB SME program. So, thank you so much. Thank you.
Our pleasure. Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Frank, thank you so much for sharing your insights and the story of LHB SME with us today. ผมว่าสิ่งที่เราเห็นชัดเจนจากบทสนทนาของเราในวันนี้นะครับก็คือ LHB SME นั้นแตกต่างจากธนาคารทั่วไปโดยสิ้นเชิงเลยนะครับไม่ใช่แค่เรื่องของตัว product หรือ service เท่านั้นแต่เป็นเรื่องของปรัชญาการเป็น partner และความมุ่งมั่นในระยะยาวและการใส่ใจต่อความสำเร็จของ SME อย่างแท้จริงนะครับอนาคตของ SME ไทยขึ้นอยู่กับการมีพันธมิตรที่ใช่และวันนี้เราได้เห็นแล้วว่าความเป็นพันธมิตรที่ดีนั้นเป็นอย่างไรนะครับเรามารอดูกันนะครับว่าในซีรีส์พิเศษ SME Fast Lane Talk เนี้ยเราจะได้ไปพูดคุยกับตัวจริงเรื่อง SME คนไหนอีกบ้างนะครับหาก SME หรือเจ้าของธุรกิจท่านไหนมีคำถามสามารถทิ้งคำถามไว้ใต้คอมเมนต์ได้เลยนะครับแล้วเราพบกันใหม่ใน EP หน้านะครับสวัสดีครับ
Mission to the Moon. Continue with your mission.
สีจัน Solution Rosea Ultra Protection Serum Sunscreen SPF 50 บวก PA 4 บวกนะครับนี่คือเซรั่มกันแดดปกป้องและป้องกันผิวจากแสงแดดฟื้นฟูผิวให้แลดูอ่อนวัยช่วยลดความหมองคล้ำด้วยสารสกัดจากกุหลาบมอญนะครับปกป้องผิวทุกมิตินะครับทั้ง UVA UVB และ Long UVA ด้วยรวมถึงยังปกป้องผิวจาก Blue Light และ PM 2.5 ด้วยนะครับบางเบาไม่เหนียวเนินหนะไม่กวนเมคอัพคุมมัน8ชั่วโมงกันน้ำได้ยาวนานที่สุด80นาทีแต่ล้างออกง่ายมากรวมถึงมีผลเทสทั้ง in vivo in vitro นะครับยังเป็นวีแกนด้วยเป็น Coral Reef Safe ด้วยนะครับทาไปดำน้ำได้นะครับปราศจากสารอันตรายทั้งหลายเช่นพาราเบนนะครับน้ำหอมนะครับมิเนอรัลออยล์รวมถึงพวกซิลิโคนแบบนี้ด้วยนะครับนอกจากนั้นเนี่ยนะครับยังได้รับการทดสอบจากแพทย์ผิวหนังและจักษุแพทย์ด้วยเพื่อความมั่นใจว่าใช้แล้วไม่ต้องกังวลเรื่องการแพ้นะครับ